Welcome to this program, Laboring in the Fields of the Lord, Southeastern Indians and Spanish Missions. We would not be here today without a number of individuals and organizations who helped put today together. First, I'd like to both credit and blame Gerald Milanich, who last year when he came down to speak in February said, we should do one of these on Spanish missions. And that was truly the seed of the program that we have today. The program is a joint effort organized by Lee Trust for Historic Preservation and the Friends of Mound Key. And if you haven't heard of the Friends of Mound Key before, that's because it's a brand new organization that was founded by the Lee Trust about 3 years ago in recognition that there needed to be an advocacy and preservation group to support the major principal village of the Calusa Indians here in Lee County. And there was not an organization dedicated to doing so. And so their work helping to organize this program is really the first effort by that group. At this time, I'd like to recognize Yvonne Hill, who is the president of Lee Trust, who wants to say a few words.
Thank you. Thank you, Theresa, and welcome. I want to thank you for joining us today for this dynamic, enlightening program. Just wanted to say a few words about the Lee Trust. For 27 years, Lee Trust has promoted historic preservation throughout Lee County and its incorporated municipalities. Our mission is to promote historic preservation through acquisition, education, and advocacy. In simpler terms, we acquire, educate, and advocate while looking to the future with an eye on the past. As a result of our past efforts, we have saved numerous endangered historic sites, such as the Langford Kingston Home and the historic Mound House. In the past 4 years alone, more than 20 educational programs and 2 major art exhibitions have been presented to the public that tell the narratives of Florida's past by connecting area archaeology, history, art, and restored historic sites. Recognizing a community need for more public awareness of the deep archaeological history, we just mentioned that we have a new nonprofit, the Friends of Mound Key. Other Lee Trust education efforts include sponsorships of educational workshops, lectures, and events such as the 2010 State Preservation Conference of the Florida Trust for Historic Preservation. At this time, we would like to invite any historians and preservationists to share their expertise in their fields as speakers at Lee Trust events. So if you're interested in being a speaker, please let us know. And with that, I'd like to say welcome again, and thank you for coming.
Thank you, Yvonne. I'd also like to recognize that the Southwest Florida Archaeological Society, which is a local chapter of the Florida Anthropological Society, has funded the live streaming today. So if you have a friend who couldn't make it, text them to get online at the web address that's up here, heritagematters.org, because this is being live streamed and also filmed so that these talks will be available online afterwards. We have additional partners of Macintosh Books and Papers, so if you are inspired by any of the talks today, each of our speakers has works that they have published, and a number of those are available out in the lobby. And we also want to thank Hilton Garden Inn for sponsoring our speakers and their hotel rooms. I have 2 more groups to mention. This program is funded in large part by the Florida Humanities Council. And the Florida Humanities Council is the statewide arm of the National Endowment for the Humanities, and they make grants available for organizations such as Lee Trust in order to host these kinds of programs. They are deeply committed to providing opportunities for the public to engage with humanities scholars. So in addition to the presentations, we invite you to ask questions of these scholars. We invite you to join them here at lunchtime and pepper them with even more questions. Hunt them down, that's why they're here. I would also like to just reflect briefly that humanities councils, if you are in Florida visiting from somewhere else, humanities councils exist in each of the states, and they are all funded by the National Endowment. So if this is the kind of programming you enjoy, we encourage you to be supportive of your humanities councils at home and the one here in Florida, because they definitely need the public to acknowledge the good work that they do, because truly today's program would not be financially possible without their support. We also have, representing the Humanities Council, Jacqueline May, who is their Teaching Florida History Program Director. And so I invite you to pepper her with questions as well. Last but not least, I want to recognize Professor Mark Herman from Florida Southwestern State College. He has a few words to say. We are graciously in their space, and this is a wonderful collaborative effort with their program as well.
Good morning, and thank you for coming. This is quite an impressive turnout. I'd like to thank Theresa and all the distinguished panel for coming. This is quite impressive, and we feel that Florida Southwestern State College can really benefit to some extent from hosting such great scholarly activities, and we like to reach out to the community. And so for your local community members, keep in mind that we do offer other programs. And once again, thank you. I hope you enjoy our facilities today, and I'm just absolutely looking forward to the wonderful presentations. Thank you so much.